Bitten by a radioactive spider, student Peter Parker gained the proportionate strength and agility of an arachnid. Armed with his wondrous web shooters, the reluctant superhero struggles with the sinister supervillains, making ends meet and maintaining some semblance of a normal life. The Argo Lab, Empire State University, where an awful figure in black and blood asks a startling question.
Would you like to know why you're gonna die?
Die? But I haven't done anything wrong.
Chipperoonie. That's precisely the point.
This is nuts. Doesn't make any sense.
Hey, score one for the chipper. Now you're catching on. But you don't get it at all, do you? This ain't a movie, Chip Man. You can't run off set. This is reality, compadre. And no white horse hero's gonna ride in and save your butt on the last reel. There ain't no escape.
But why? For the love of God, why?
Why? 'Cause law's an illusion, Jibbo. And order's nothing but a TV fantasy. Why am I killing you, Captain Chips? 'Cause I can.
Oh, I knew you can do it, Peter.
It was just a carbon buildup on the ignition element, Aunt May. Should work fine now.
Oh, thank you for coming over like this, Peter. Repairmen are so expensive nowadays.
It was my pleasure, Aunt May. After all, you were always there for me when I was little after my parents died.
That, young man, was my pleasure. Oh, better go answer the phone now.
If it's Donald Trump, tell him you already have a lunch date.
Oh, Peter.
I meant what I said. I wish I could do more, but Aunt May's so independent. Sorta like a certain nephew of hers, I guess. Still rapping with the Donald?
Silly, it's for you. It's one of your classmates at the university.
Hey, Ethan. Half of the legendary green team. How's, Chip? But, oh, jeez. Yeah, thanks for telling me. I'm really sorry. I have to go, Aunt May. Someone I know's been hurt. It's been a lab accident. She'll hear the truth on TV. How could I tell her that one of my friends, someone I see every day at ESU, was just slaughtered like a pig on a spit? Even sadder, Chip's not the first. There have been a dozen incredibly brutal murders in New York in the last week or so. Spines torn from bodies, heads spun 360 degrees, limbs rearranged, and at the side of each atrocity, a message written in blood by someone called Carnage. Police don't know if it's some sort of cold or just a major lunatic, but a few surviving witnesses have babbled about some kind of monster. And their descriptions, along with the type of crimes, make me think the culprit could be something far worse than a cult or a madman. It could be someone I know.
Easy, Professor Everett. Just try to describe what you saw leaving the lab.
I already told you it wasn't human. Its skin moved, its arms grew a rope, and it swung away.
No. Living skin swung away? Lord, please, it couldn't be. Not him. Central Park. It's a cold day in Manhattan. The Frankfurters Mary Jane Watson Parker Holds gradually lose their warmth. Her eyes lost theirs moments ago.
Blast you, Peter. I've only got half-hour lunch break from my acting gig. The least you could do is show up on time. I'm beginning to think we saw more of each other before we were married.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Had to stop in the tree and change into my civvies.
Maybe you should have stayed there.
We need to talk.
Oh, okay, you first.
Chip's dead.
That's no excuse for what?
And now I'm worried that these serial killings may be partially my fault. I don't know how, but I think these murders may have been committed by Venom. Listen, the living costume I brought back from Battleworld had an incredible power, as I found out all too well when it tried to permanently bond with me. I was able to stop it with disrupting sonics of cathedral bells, but it didn't die. It lived on, smoldering with the anger it felt at my rejection, until it found a human who shared its seething hatred for me, Eddie Brock. Eddie welcomed the bonding and the power that came with it, and together they became Venom, the deadliest foe Spider-Man has ever faced, a fiend whose sole motivation, whose only goal in life, is my death. I thought our battle on that deserted Caribbean island ended things when I tricked Venom into thinking he'd actually succeeded in killing me. Freed from their driving hatred, Eddie and the alien were content to remain on the island, finding peace at last. But the bizarre nature of the murders, the description of the killer, sounds too much like,
leave it to the police, or the Avengers, or the Fantastic Four. Don't let that maniac kill you for real.
But MJ, if it is Venom, I'm partially to blame. I brought the symbiote to Earth in the first place. I let him stay on that island. Come on, sweetheart. You knew what you were buying into when we got married.
Yeah, for better or for worse, till death do us part.
Coffee and Franks are thrown away untasted. The two lovers part, unsatisfied.
And later at the offices of the Daily Bugle, where Peter Parker often works as a freelance photographer. Hope these morgue files can help. Maybe by retracing Venom's activities since Brock broke out of prison, I can find some clue about, whoa, back up, Eddie's cellmate was an unrepentant mass murderer? I believe this calls for a resounding bingo. What else is in here? Hey, I remember hearing about this. When Cassidy escaped a couple weeks ago, a guard was somehow pulled through cell bars. Nice guy, convicted for 11 murders. He bragged about a dozen more. Said his was the way of the future. Wonder what research has on his background. Raised as an orphan at the St. Estes Home for Boys in Brooklyn? And here's an interesting sidebar. Seems St. Estes was ravaged by some fire years back. The remains of the home's disciplinarian administrator were found in the rubble. Police theorize she fell and smashed her skull in a panic. But what if it was Cassidy's first kill? The fire set to cover it all up. Makes sense. But Cassidy was just a kid. What kind of demon am I dealing with? Night falls. Computers only deal in facts. I'll have to pick up the nuances firsthand.
I was a crossing guard then, and though he couldn't prove he pushed that girl in front of the bus.
Sure, I hung with Cleet a while. What's it worth? Little Evis needs some milk, you know.
It was a quiet run. Peters ran on time. Now go away. You hear now? Come on, yeah?
Strange lad, that poor student. Never saw him again after that tragedy at homecoming.
That's privileged information, but off the record, I'd avoid him like the plague.
From what I'm hearing, I'm almost starting to miss Venom.
But as the night ages, it's obvious that Spider-Man's current quarry is Brooklyn Mall.
Yeesh, this dump be spooky even in the daylight. But from what I've learned, it's the only place Cassidy's ever called home, be it ever so jumbled. Wait, sounds like a child's voice.
Oh, yeah, Binky? You miss me?
Kids play in abandoned buildings all the time, but at midnight?
Oh, I missed you too.
Sounds like it's coming from there. That's no kid.
You're the only one who's ever understood me, huh?
It's Cassidy.
What's that, Binky? We have company? Someone's come to visit? Come to violate our sanctuary?
Hurry.
Heaven help me.
Spider-Man, come on down. You're the next victim of Carnage.
Yowie wowie. Venom could never solidify his costume like that. Better blind him with some webbing and move in close. Costume must relay information just like the Venom symbiote. Strands slithering up my web line too fast for me to let go. Good thing my spider powers can anchor me to this wall. Woozy. Gotta get him talking. Buy time for me to clear my head. Not bad for a 2-bit Venom.
Brock, that wimp, he's through. Even left his other with me when he split. Now we're gonna show the world the truth. And the truth is Carnage.
I don't get it. Eddie still has the alien with him on that island. What's going on? And more importantly, how do I survive it?
Gee, Webster, I don't know why Eddie ragged on you so much. I think you're kind of fun. I mean, I could really get into reunion battles, grudge bouts, you know, kind of stuff the tabloids dig. Too bad I gotta cut this short by killing you now.
That's a new trick, but maybe I can grab the axe and use it against him? Turning to dust. I guess the costume substance can't maintain molecular integrity when separated from the main body. And unless I want my head separated from my own body, I'd better keep an eye on him. Where'd he go? Couldn't be hiding. My spider sense would warn me if he was still around, wouldn't it? Lost dogs? UFO sightings? Noise complaints? How come they all happen on my shift?
Relax, Ramon. It's probably just some punks partying. No big deal.
Venom doesn't trigger my spider sense, and apparently Carnage doesn't either. They're similar but different, and I don't know this guy's rules. Except, obviously, he doesn't have the twisted pretense of fair play that Eddie has. Alright, freeze!
What the devil is that?
More company? Sorry, fellas. Reservations only.
Ramon!
That's enough!
Officer down! St. Estes ruins! Get medics here fast!
How is he?
Barely breathing!
Maybe I can, huh? Spider sense. Carnage trying to nail both of us with a hurled object. Have to push the cop out of the way.
You okay, web slinger?
No, but I'm a lot better than Carnage is gonna be. However, sometime later. Lower levels clear. I searched every nook and crater. Even without my spider sense, I would have run across him by now, or vice versa. That sucker got away, but not before leaving a little souvenir, still wet. Looks like blood, but he never got near that wounded cop, which means must have been his own blood. I am up against one sick puppy.
Morning, sleepless hours after, in a modest Soho loft.
I did tell the Avengers, MJ, and the Fantastic Four, and anyone else who would listen. They got planet-threatening problems. They can't spare a lot of time to go hunt down a lone serial killer. It's up to me. This ice pack feels good.
WDR morning report continues after this.
But now that Cassidy knows I'm on to him, he'll be a lot more cautious. I don't even know where to start looking. There's one person who can give me a good insight into both Carnage and Cletus Cassidy, but I can't ask him. I can't. Maybe I better sit down and think this out. Well, sorry about the purse. I'll pick it up. Cigarettes? Are they yours?
Well, yeah. I used to smoke, like, when I was a kid, to be cool. I stopped before I met you, Peter, but with everything that's been happening...
Wait a second. Shh.
Update on the tragic events at Bensonhurst. Details are sketchy, but police acknowledge that the man that calls himself Carnage may be responsible. Jerry and Celia Tandy, along with their 3 young children, were found.
I was wrong. I really don't have any choice at all.
Peter...
Carnage has to be stopped before the body counts becomes astronomical. There's only one way I could think that it might work.
Peter, please don't say it.
I'm sorry, MJ. I know what it means to you and to me. I know the risk, but for the sake of whoever Carnage might kill tomorrow and the day after, and for the weight on my own soul, I have to set Venom loose.
Next issue, Spidey, Venom, Carnage, Yowie Wowie.
Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man 361, released in 1992. Significant because it's the first appearance of Carnage. I wanted to do this video because I just got my first copy of it. And Venom 2 is coming out this fall, and Carnage is going to be a big part of it. Its value is probably going to rise for sure. So I thought I'd let you guys in on it. Mine's graded at an 8.5, which if you shop hard enough, you should be able to find around $100 or so. But if you want a 9.8, you're going to spend somewhere between $300 to $400. Near mint ungraded, you should be able to get in the $100 to $150 range. If you spend more than that, it better be like a 9.8 condition because the price drop on a graded 9.8 to 9.6 is significant. Thanks for watching the video. Shoot me a like and a subscribe if you'd like to see more, and give me a comment letting me know what comics you'd like to see done in the future. Holla holla.